It's time to speak up. ICE is now removing undocumented foster children from their foster homes. Removing foster children from their foster homes for deportation. Y'all, I've been working in the foster care system for 28 years. I'm a former foster mom, and I adopted 4 children from foster care and fostered many others. And I have represented hundreds of children who are in foster care. And one thing all of these children have in common is they have all been through trauma to one degree or another. We are taking children who have already been through trauma and removing them from foster homes for deportation. There will be a reckoning for this in this life or the next. For those of you who are supporting this, there will be a reckoning for this in this life or the next. And for those of you who are sitting silently by while these atrocities are unfolding before our eyes, there will be a reckoning. Go love your neighbor.
This isn't happening at the border. This is happening inside American communities in homes where kids have been living safely with sponsors who were fully vetted by the U.S. government. In just the last few months, at least 500 children have been ripped from their caregivers. These are kids who have been living peacefully, attending school, sleeping in bedrooms with toys, and family photos. In some cases, agents have walked into homes in plain clothes or even showed up at schools to question children. If they flag any concerns or find any immigration violations, the child is taken. Some of these kids are just months old. Others are 10, 11, and 12 years old. They are not accused of any crime whatsoever, but they are being treated like criminals. This is a revival of family separation. Only now it's quiet, it's bureaucratic, and it's happening to children who have already found safety, love, and support. The United States is taking vulnerable children and putting them back into custody, back into trauma, in the name of enforcement. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Substack for the breaking news, full stories, and all reports.
I need your help. I'm outside the ICE police. They took my brother. He's done nothing wrong. He's not a criminal. We've been in the States for over 20 years. He knows nothing else. He was a baby when we came here. We are legally allowed to be in the United States, and they took him. I have all the documentation. I brought it. ICE took him off the street. I need your help. They're not letting him out unless there's an immigration lawyer. I need an immigration lawyer. If you're of Persian descent and you're willing to help, please. I'm in the LA office. This is literally ICE right behind me. I need help. I need help. I need help. He's done nothing wrong. He's a kid. He's done nothing wrong.
Did you guys know that ICE is now targeting children in foster care? Children in foster care. These are children who have already been ripped away from their families, and now they're being deported. They're being taken from their group homes and deported. No trial, no guardian, just gone. These are vulnerable, already traumatized children. They are taking kids with no parents, no protection, and deporting them. Imagine surviving abuse and abandonment and then being thrown out of the country alone as a child. If that doesn't break your soul is broken.
So the Trump administration is picking up undocumented foster children from their foster homes and detaining them. When I first heard this, I thought it couldn't possibly be true because of the legal wranglings that would need to take place to take possession of a child who is in the custody of the state. I thought it couldn't possibly be true, but I did some digging and I have verified that it has happened, at least in California, of course. They would be targeting California. I am in Texas. I've not found any documented proof of it happening in Texas yet. There is a report that these efforts are moving toward South Florida, but I haven't found any proof or documented cases of that happening in South Florida yet. But this is below the belt. Our children in foster care are the most vulnerable children we have in this country. For those of you who follow me, you know that I work in the foster care system. I'm a licensed attorney, a therapeutic jurisprudence attorney. I'm a licensed foster parent. I was in the system as a kid for a brief period of time, and I have represented kids and families, both, who are dealing with the foster care system. So I come at this with a lot of different kinds of experience with the foster care system. These kids should be off limits, period, end of discussion. We work hard to find every child a loving, stable, safe, permanent home, family, and we do not think about where they came from, what they believe, what color they are, what race, ethnicity, what their religious background is, LGBTQ status, gender. It doesn't matter. They're children. They're innocent. They're innocent children. This is infuriating. It is inhumane. It is cruel. It is mean to remove them from a safe home and detain them. What are you going to do with a bunch of children? So this news first came out yesterday when Ileana Garcia, the founder of Latinas for Trump, I think she might be regretting her vote now, she posted on X the following. Stephen Miller has made it a point to include undocumented minors in foster care, many of whom are victims of trafficking, in his efforts to fulfill a desperate weekly quota of deportations. These individuals are being picked up at the homes of foster parents. This is unacceptable regardless of their citizenship status. And then she said his focus has now shifted to South Florida. We have seen so much cruelty from this administration, but targeting children to fulfill a quota, targeting children for any reason, I don't care what it is. But if you voted for Trump, he was promising you that he was going to deport the criminals, right? The rapists, the unalivers, right? The bad guys. How do you feel about removing innocent children who got here out of no fault of their own? Okay? They are innocent. How do you feel about removing them from a safe, loving environment, a home, a family, a foster parent, and doing what with them? Where are they going? These are the most vulnerable children in our country. There has to be a line. There has to be, and this has to be it. But then I feel like I'm kind of a broken record, because although the two things aren't similar in tragedy, we said that a lot when Sandy Hook happened. There has to be a line, and this has to be it. We can't allow this chaos to impact children, to take children's lives. We can't. Children, vulnerable children, has to be the line that we draw, and it wasn't, and it still isn't. And so I'm sure it won't be in this case either. They will continue to target the most vulnerable because that's the easiest way to meet their numbers. How are children going to resist? How are they going to protest? Foster parents, they're also vulnerable. They can have their license taken away. A lot can happen. So this is devastating. It's sad. I'm going to keep following this very closely. Those of us who work in the foster care system, who are involved with the foster care system, we do everything we can to keep these kids safe. Everything we can. And for those of us living in border states, this is a dire emergency if this is now going to be the protocol and what they're going to do in order to meet their quotas. This has to stop. I'm speechless. I can't even. I just know what I would do if they showed up in my house to remove one of my foster kids, and I would probably end up in an orange jumpsuit. Is probably what would happen. So, my heart goes out to those foster parents that are experiencing this, and most importantly, to those little babies. Who have become victims, again, of a cruel and inhumane dictator.
ICE just turned your local cops into deportation agents. So that friendly neighborhood officer, He's now probably working for ICE. The Trump administration just revived the program, a policy so racially abusive, it was shut down years ago. Now it's back. Over 315 police departments have signed. Over 1,300 new officers are deputized to question your immigration status during traffic stops, parking violations, or just walking home. ICE has signed 514 new agreements in 26 states since January alone. This isn't about border control. This is a nationwide dragnet, and it's targeting communities from the inside. And here's what will happen next. People will stop calling the police. Victims won't report crimes. Survivors will stay silent because every interaction with law enforcement could now mean detention or deportation. They're turning local cops into ICE foot soldiers and calling it public safety. But it's not safety. It's fear, it's silence, and it's spreading quietly, legally, and with a badge.
I'm scared. I'm scared. Don't let me go. And I have to because the county of LA said I had to.
ICE is now removing undocumented foster children from their foster homes. Removing foster children from their foster homes for deportation.
What up, TikTok? It's your boy. So I ended up watching that video and like, it's despicable. It truly is despicable what's going on in America right now. And like I've been stating, like, they're not deporting criminals. They're not deporting terrorists. They are deporting children. They are deporting students. They are deporting workers. But I watched that video and I went to the comment section. You want to see the scum of the earth? You want to see the scum of America? Watch a video like that, go to the comments. You will see people applauding that. You will see people saying, I voted for that. How many children do you foster? How many children do you take care of that aren't your own? What good do you do for your community? What good do you do for your country? It's despicable, it's unacceptable, and it needs to stop. Let me know in the comments how you feel. And here's the thing, here is the thing. I am not like other content creators when it comes down to posting content or live streaming. I let everyone have a voice. I don't block people, I don't censor people. If you go on a racist tangent in the comment section, typing out a bunch of slurs and stuff, TikTok is going to flag it. If TikTok blocks it, that's on you. If your account gets hit for a suspension, that's on you. I personally won't flag anything. I will approve comments, post away. Post away. If you're not scared, speak the truth, speak how you feel.
We have some breaking and very sad news. The Trump administration is now taking immigrant children out of their foster homes, some as young as infants, and throwing them back into detention facilities. This isn't happening at the border. This is happening inside American communities in homes where kids have been living safely with sponsors who were fully vetted by the U.S. government. In just the last few months, at least 500 children have been ripped from their caregivers. These are kids who have been living peacefully, attending school, sleeping in bedrooms with toys, and family photos. In some cases, agents have walked into homes in plain clothes or even showed up at schools to question children. If they flag any concerns or find any immigration violations, the child is taken. Some of these kids are just months old, others are 10, 11, and 12 years old. They are not accused of any crime whatsoever, but they are being treated like criminals. Back into trauma in the name of enforcement.
We just learned that a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 7-year-old, all U.S. citizens, all born in the United States, were deported this week. The 2-year-old, her parents are from Honduras, undocumented. And she was born in New Orleans. And a Trump-appointed judge is very upset with the government right now because the government claimed that the mother requested her daughter to come with her to Honduras. And a judge says, well, you might tell me that, but I need evidence of it. And before the judge got evidence of it, they just deported the 2-year-old. One of the other children has a rare form of cancer. ICE was notified of this, notified of the child's medical needs. Reportedly, the child didn't get to see a doctor, didn't get any of the medicine they needed, and was deported anyways. All U.S. citizens